I'm a white person in the Bronx. Save me. No, no, this is great. I've enjoyed it so far. This is so awesome.
Okay, we going.
Yeah.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Marvin Lattimore.
Oni Francis.
And this is another edition of Welcome to My Hood Films. As you see, we already got the vibes going, the energy's going. We're just going to jump right into the episode. Long story short, as you already know, we do this to put the world onto the hood one film at a time. We show somebody who's either not from the hood or maybe didn't see a lot of hood films back in the day. We show them a hood film and we take it from there. So this is our Halloween edition.
Spooky season is upon us again. Oh boy.
And we can't stop laughing because we got a doozy of a movie, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
So as you see here, we already got a guest. We're going to let him introduce himself and he can tell y'all more about what he saw real quick.
I'm Josh Daws. I'm the white guy in this. It could be good. There's the movie could almost be good. There's concepts there, there's themes, and then they just do random shit for no reason. And the dog doesn't have to be in the movie. I want to stress here, the dog, I think they remember the dog. I watched the movie. The dog is not a big part of this movie, but he does.
It had to be in the movie because they needed to get to the hour 30 mark.
Okay.
So the movie we saw was
Bones,
right?
Which I definitely thought was the TV show when I showed up.
Yes.
He was like, "We're gonna watch
That's how white
Bones."
he is, folks.
He thought we were gonna do a podcast about
I was like, "Where's David Borealis?"
an old hit TV show.
Yeah.
But it was not that. It was.
Unfortunately for you, it was not that.
Yeah, unfortunately for you, Sir Josh, it was not that.
I'm also confused because I grew up pretty broke and I had never even heard of this movie.
Yeah, this didn't make it to your shores.
It was very low key. He's right.
I was like, I'm pretty in tune with the culture.
So you thought.
I thought.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
There's always levels. There's levels.
No, I'm on the first level. There's so many levels below.
I mean, we talked. You told me you was from Florida, right?
Yeah, Tallahassee,
So I know you got just a taste of the vibe, probably even more of the vibe of just the culture, the hood, all that stuff.
I didn't see this movie.
But
I didn't even know Snoop Dogg made a horror movie.
Oh yeah.
This is actually his first, and then he made one later too called Snoop Dogg's Hood of Horrors, which one they're gonna do.
Is he the villain in that as well?
I think that's more of a Tales from the Crypt.
It's like he might be more of a storyteller.
That tracks. That makes sense to me. I'm like, okay, Snoop Dogg is kind of like a host. He's friends with Martha Stewart. He's kind of doing his thing.
This movie might have been pre-Martha Stewart.
It was.
Okay,
100%. It was 2001.
Yeah.
It was 2001.
Yeah.
So anyway, folks, we'll get right into it. So this was the movie Bones. It came out in 2001. As always, we like to take a look at the budget for my boy Uni.
Can I guess?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Budget of this movie, you got Pam Grier, you got Snoop Dogg, EP. I noticed he's an executive producer.
Of course he is. It's called Bones.
And then fucking nobody else. It's... Okay.
No, that Clinton Powell. He's somebody.
Yeah, he is somebody.
$1.5 million.
No, it costs more than that.
Oh, yeah, it definitely costs more than that.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, 100%.
That did not show up on the screen.
Hey, really? The weird CG costs more than $1 million.
Yeah, it definitely costs more than $1 million.
It's still 2001.
You gotta remember, Snoop at this point is pretty big.
He's huge.
Yeah, he's pretty big.
He's, top 5 rappers alive in 2001.
There you go. So the estimated overall budget was $16 million. However, in its first opening weekend, which was October 28th, 2001, in the United States and Canada, it made $2,823,548.
So you fall off after your first weekend.
Yeah, that's not
its gross worldwide was $8,378,853. So
brutal.
They made a little over half, but not enough.
Okay.
So this movie came out actually in October. Yeah, like I said, October 28th.
In 2001?
Yeah.
That's why nobody remembers this movie. It came out a month after.
Oh, yeah.
And this was the greatest tragedy.
Oh, you're right, bro. We was still recovering. Yeah.
As a nation, this was us healing.
Holy crap.
That's what Bones was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yo.
I don't know why I thought it came out in the summer. Yeah.
Because when you asked me earlier, it didn't even but that's because I didn't know the month. I just told you 2001. I'm like, whatever. Oh shit. Okay, so that still doesn't excuse the fact that it did bad, but it does help some.
I mean,
it helps some.
Jay-Z's Blueprint still went platinum.
And it came out the same day.
Same day.
And Fabulous album came out the same day.
That did pretty good.
And that was his debut.
So you guys talked about like watching this on cable, which makes sense. Do you guys remember seeing any trailers for this movie when it came out?
Oh yeah, they were pumping this shit.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they was
Probably
pumping
want to
it.
watch a lot of BET.
Yeah.
There you go.
There was a scene, I don't know if they showed it in the movie, but I know it was in the trailer, and maybe somebody said, like, this should not be in the final cut. There's a scene where he throws his switchblade, and it follows a guy. Like, I'm not making this up. He's running, and he's turning, and the joint's like...
I know what talking about. What they do in the movie is crazier than that.
Yeah.
I would have taken that.
In the trailer, he had a heat-seeking switchblade.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, son, this is crazy.
Well, what you saw was even crazy.
But it was crazy, yeah. I agree with you, though. I would have taken the heat-seeking switchblade.
Yeah.
Like on some Kratos shit. I would have taken it, and I could have accepted him on some Thor shit, like summoning it back.
Yeah.
Because he's like a demon at this point.
Yeah.
But you can go ahead and tell these lovely people about what you saw, sir. Like just a quick synopsis.
A synopsis of the movie?
Yeah, why not? Give them the cliff notes.
What I want to point out is the opening scene kind of has nothing to do with the rest of the movie. Like, it's just a guy with a gun. Not with a gun. He's running from the dog.
Yeah.
He runs from the dog, and he, like, slams the door shut. And then we see a bunch of, like... You called them Scooby-Doo hipsters. I think it's like black Scooby-Doo hipsters. And the one white sister for some reason.
Yeah, it's a weird thing dynamic. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Buying a broke-down building in the hood.
Like a broke-down church building.
Yeah, to open up, like... a venue so that because they're all DJs, they're all DJs, so they can perform at this venue, and then every adult in their life and around the neighborhood is like, hey, don't do that here. And then they wake up the ghost of Snoop Dogg, who was the gangster in the area, who they didn't trick him into smoking crack. They like forced him to smoke crack.
Yeah, they forced him.
And then he fought back, and then they murdered him. And so all the adults you see in the previous section of the movie turn out to actually be the villains. I guess villains.
Yeah.
Some of them were.
If it wasn't for their mistakes, he would not
be there.
He's still living.
Fine. And then Snoop Dogg goes on a murderous rampage that doesn't make any logical sense. Like, they don't like justify any of his powers.
No.
None of it's like he has a switchblade, but also he can like stab you and controls a horror wall. Like it's really very, whatever Snoop Dogg needs to do, he can do in this movie. And then they successfully kill Snoop Dogg, the young DJs. Some of the young DJs who didn't get murdered.
No, actually,
it was Pam Grier.
It was Pam Grier. Pam sacrificed herself. So her daughter and the young DJ and maybe his sister. The sister does not show up at the white sister does not show up at. She leaves.
They told her to stay behind.
I like to think. Yeah, she survived.
Yeah, she's fine. Yeah, she's back at home with the white mom. They're just like totally hanging out. Yeah. So Snoop Dogg dies. Or is it Bones?
Yep.
Lovely Bones dies.
Lovely Bones.
And Pam Grier dies, and the hot young daughter and the DJ guy escape, but then she gets possessed by maggots, and that's the end of the film.
Yeah. So
it could be tightened.
Yeah.
There's some cuts that could be made to this movie.
Yeah. They didn't have a lot of... Listen, you got to get to the hour 30-minute mark.
Yeah.
You don't have to, but you kind of have
to. Was... What they don't show you is when he jumps down from the elevator at the end, when the building is collapsing, he tells her to jump, and she runs off for a second. And that's when he possesses her, apparently.
Oh, shit! That's what she...
Back.
Okay.
Yeah, she runs...
That's why I had a horrible scene.
Yeah, that's why I seen it horrible. Because you don't see it. It's so fast. She runs to the side. She comes back. And then he's like, yeah, come on, jump. She's like, all right, cool. That's why when she jumped, you were like, yo, he didn't even catch her. She just landed mad cool because that's Jimmy Bones now.
Okay.
It's weird. It's just
I do
weird.
love that they need to justify that point of the plot, but nothing else.
Yeah.
People are going to be like questioning.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions.
When did Jimmy Bones take over her? This guy who can do whatever. Why did she have to be away for a second?
Yeah, he also had the power to change it to another chick earlier, if you remember.
Yeah.
He changed it to like a really bad chick.
No, the dog changed to a chick.
No.
Well,
but isn't he the dog?
Technically, but also not.
So there's a dog in this movie who shows up sometimes, and they're very concerned about sometimes, and then other times just disappears for like an hour.
It's an animal. You can only have it on set for so long. That's just what
The budget reason.
That's reality.
But like, why have the dog in the first place?
I know, bro. I know, because it's Snoop Dogg.
Okay. They did it all for the pun.
No, they 100%.
Yeah.
They 100%
I'm
did
sorry,
it.
yeah.
Bones.
Snoop Dogg bones.
Listen, you're not wrong. We just telling you. I know that's why they did it for.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that's why they did
If there was any other rapper that was named with animal,
It would
Really big,
yeah, it would be
or not an animal at all.
It would just be like a TV screen in the
Yeah.
back of the.
Yeah, like if DMX was in this movie, it'd be the same dog.
That'd be a dog.
It'd be the same dog or a
They
little
need to
Bow
stay
Wow.
away
Or
with,
one of them.
like,
Yeah,
dog themed rappers.
yeah.
In the future.
Yeah, we don't really need to have other animal-based rappers.
Yeah.
My real take on the movie, like as a movie, is that it either needed to be 80% more Snoop Dogg murdering people,
Okay.
or 50% less Snoop Dogg murdering people. It's
see.
like half like a Scooby Gang hanging out in a haunted house, and then the back half is just Snoop Dogg straight up murdering Pam Grier.
It's more like the last 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
once he
it
gets
drags.
resurrected, once he
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
resurrected, it drags.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, especially when they actually get his old abandoned house. When they get it built up and they start the club, that's where all the shit just goes to shit.
I mean, it wasn't, yeah.
Come on, bro.
No,
It was-
yeah.
It was maggots
It got really crazy.
with the maggots.
Soon
like,
he woke up, he went insane. Soon I saw the maggots come out the dog mouth.
yeah.
Here we go.
And then they quickly found their way downstairs into people's drinks.
Yeah.
I still don't know what happened to that girl that drank one.
That's fine.
The guy that ate one, he was at least able to be like, ugh. The girl that drank one was like, doo
She's
doo doo
fucked,
doo
bro.
doo.
She got a maggot in her stomach. Better hope that amino acid killed it.
Yeah.
I like to think that that's just like Jimmy Bones now in another person's body.
I like to
Maggots
not
take
think
over.
that.
Yeah.
If
I
he-
mean,
if
he already
they-
escaped. He possessed his own daughter.
But if they made a sequel, that's the new henchman.
God damn it.
Just in case the daughter gets killed.
They're not making a sequel.
Now
They didn't lose $8 million. Be like, let's run it back.
Let's run it back.
That's brutal.
Let's run it back.
I had one big takeaway and then a takeaway you guys brought up.
Okay.
My big takeaway was they turned this into a club. It's 3 ostensibly black DJs and their sister, who also DJs maybe. You never see it. Doesn't matter. And they're opening a club in the middle of what is probably the Bronx. It's meant to be the hood, right? Like
Yeah,
it's meant to be in the
yeah.
hood, maybe like Brooklyn, like not specifically New
Give
York.
me New York, yeah.
It could be like anywhere in the hood.
They never said the city.
They never said the city.
That's so true.
I'm going to say Baltimore.
Sure, which makes this
Because it was
next
always
point
like
even bigger.
cloudy.
It makes this next point even bigger.
Yeah.
They open this DJ rap club,
Yeah.
and then the only people who are attending
white people.
are white people.
White people.
22-year-old, in college white people.
Yeah.
It's a party full of white people. And I'm like, there's not even like one guy in the corner. It's just a bunch of like white people
It
raving.
feels like it's a hood, like next to like a college town.
Oh, so a gentrification kind of thing. It's a movie about gentrification. It's a deep movie
I'm more like
about gentrification.
2000
That has
gentrification.
like a hood, like within driving distance of like, yeah, that's where.
It is within driving distance. 'cause
Yeah.
They live in the suburbs. They all
Yeah,
live at the
yeah.
house with their dad.
Yeah, like a Jersey college town.
That's why I thought New York. I thought like they're driving.
You don't
in
really
from
have
Connecticut.
campuses. Yeah, I don't. People from Connecticut don't come down like that. They don't come down like that.
The other thing is, I think I don't.
They don't
remember-
need to.
I think you pointed it out when we were watching. There's a moment where Snoop Dogg's daughter, Snoop Dogg is murdered by all his friends.
Yeah.
And then he has a daughter,
Yeah, with Pam
ostensibly
Grier.
with Pam
Yeah.
Grier, who doesn't really do enough makeup to DH her 30 years.
Listen, man.
she's in a different wig.
Pam Grier is just a baddie, no
Okay.
matter what age she is, and you just gotta accept that.
And she's like, you see one scene, it's like Pam Grier, like, I'm
Yeah.
60. Then she swaps wigs, like, I'm
listen.
now 20.
I'm now 20.
That's
It
what
don't
the
even
movie
matter.
does.
It don't even matter. It's Pam Grier.
So there's a scene where Snoop Dogg and Pam Grier's daughter, who is an important character in the movie, I guess,
Yeah. you can say that.
gets semi-raped.
Yeah.
like she gets dream raped. I guess is the best way to describe it. But by her own father.
Yeah.
You don't realize it's her father at that moment, but you learn like the ghost that does it is her father.
Yep.
So it doesn't look fantastic.
No.
They
need to rewrite that.
That's what they need to rewrite?
Just take out the scene.
That's what they need to rewrite?
It doesn't add a lot. Although, in fairness, I don't think there were a lot of scenes that added a lot to that movie.
No.
A lot of scenes happened.
Yeah.
What was the scene? A dog.
Maybe Snoop Dogg didn't know that was a daughter. There's no way he didn't know.
I don't
think
he knew.
Ghost.
He did not know.
Maybe he didn't know.
So it actually turns out that when Jimmy Bones was alive, the year was 1979.
No, yeah.
Cool.
So
they said in the movie.
It was like 1 year before the 80s popped off, which is why he was getting hit with freebase and crack and stuff like that.
Cool.
So, yeah, I mean, nothing really makes sense. It's okay.
There's an extended metaphor in this very not good movie about the way the crack epidemic raged on inner city black communities.
Oh, yeah.
And it's nice. It's like a really okay, this is an interesting thought you're putting in this very terrible movie. It was like kind of beautiful. Like Snoop Dogg was like walking around.
It doesn't come out. It doesn't come to like the third act though.
Yeah, it just kind of like shows up in the middle of nowhere. It's like The Wire shows up for about 30 seconds, and then you go back to whatever
man.
movie is.
I wouldn't call this The Wire.
It's fine.
They were doing.
So it actually shows here that after the movie came out, it got a cult following.
Of course it did.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, with people saying that Bones isn't even that bad.
Isn't that bad?
Well, that's the best thing to say. Hey guys, it isn't
It's not even that
bad. That's crazy. Like, bro, why are you even fighting them?
Here's what makes this movie even funnier.
You can't even tell me it's okay.
You can't. Here's what makes this movie funnier when you really think about it. So in a lot of hood films, sometimes you'll get a rapper or you'll get a sibling of a more famous person.
That tracks.
So this movie is no exception. Even though Snoop Dogg is in it and he's the main star, and we get Pam Grier, who is a legend. Yeah. Bianca Lawson, who plays the daughter of Bones.
She was hot.
She is, right? Yes. She is a very beautiful girl. I just looked it up. She is the stepsister to famous superstar singer Beyonce Knowles.
This is a Beyonce adjacent joint? This movie's Beyonce adjacent.
Even the step joints is bad. That's crazy, bro. Do you ever see that picture of like her and one of her siblings that was even better than Beyonce?
Well, I know Solange is beautiful to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even like, yo, damn.
But now you add in this lady too, and this lady's older than them. Well, I think, yeah, she's 45. So, yeah, pretty much around the same age. But
she's good looking.
So that's what makes it funnier, whereas like most movies will be like, oh yeah, it's not it might not be this person is like the brother of this actor or the brother of this rapper or something like that. This is what we got. We got the stepsister. Not even a sister.
Not even blood related.
Not even blood related.
Insane.
Just the stepsister. Which is no disrespect to her. We not out here shitting on her. We just saying.
I was a fan.
Yeah.
He was a fan.
I was offended that she was making out with whatever mediocre looking dude she was making out with. Like, it was a plot hole for me. I'm like, she's like chasing this dude?
That dude's
you
also.
You sound jealous, but you're also not wrong.
He was a hood film legend too. That guy.
Yeah.
That guy was a hood film legend. He'd been in his share of black films.
Yeah.
So when you look at this movie now, as we already saw, Bones had a lot of powers. Mm-hmm. Was there any power? Yeah, all the powers. Was there anyone particularly that was one of your favorites?
Favorites?
Yeah.
I think the thing is, like, because you guys saw the trailers and you guys knew the movie existed, I assume the Switchblade was part of the trailers because they kind of, like, introduced that as part of his lore. Mm-hmm. They kind of dropped the Switchblade relating to his powers pretty much immediately.
Why use Switchblade if you got the power to turn people into bloody paste?
Yeah, exactly. He's just like he's
that's more just like it, yeah.
And it's like then the Switchblade's not that cool.
Yeah.
So like for
that
me,
ain't him doing the dishes. Like I can use dishwasher, but sometimes I like to just
just like experience.
Yeah,
like chill, listen to a podcast, Switchblade some dudes up.
Yeah.
No, Switchblade is not that important to his power.
That's why.
The one thing I do think it's a cool shot. I don't know if they included it in the trailer. I think it kind of is the movie for me. Is Snoop Dogg is walking and he is cutting through a pool table, and the pool table's bleeding as he's cutting through it. And I'm like, that's sick.
Yeah,
like not ironically.
So like Thousand Island dressing.
It did not look good,
no,
but it's still a cool shot.
Yeah, I get what you're going for.
It's like a moment of like, okay, that's pretty sick. So if the rest of it was all Switchblade based, I think that moment would have hit harder. But it's like he does that, and then he like decapitates a dude with his hands, and so it's the Switchblade comes in and out. It's the same as the dog. Like, what other powers does he have? If he decapitates someone, the head can keep talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They never like justify this. They never revisit it. It's just if he decapitates a dude can. I think what it really is they realized they were decapitating their like comedic stars, and so they're like, I want some more scenes with this guy in the movie. So now he's just a talking head.
I mean, the white guy wasn't that funny.
He was not good. The white dude sucked, but the black dude was funny.
No, he was killing it.
Yeah, he was kind of like.
Also, I like it because he didn't do that to his friend. He's like, I'm gonna just kill you and you just go to the afterlife. But I'm gonna torture these guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feed them to the wall of niggas.
Yeah.
In the wall that eat you. He's like, yeah, my friend, you gotta die, but
What was his name? Like, so his white girlfriend was Snowflake.
Yeah, she died. She's in the trash.
Fine, whatever.
Yeah, he's just doing the trash.
It was. I didn't think that was what it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a Get Out moment where it was like, oh, you now have the body of a dead white woman in your bar.
I don't think.
Now deal with the intergenerational consequences of this.
He called the cop.
I thought that'd be funny, but no.
I don't know why you're.
That wasn't even a power. He just picked up the phone.
They would do that now if it was made this year.
It would.
If they made it today, yeah, they would do that. But nah, not in 2022.
Poor Snowflake.
Oh yeah, poor
Didn't
Snowflake.
hurt anybody.
She ain't hurt nobody. She literally.
She ain't help anybody either.
She didn't help anybody.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Most of her screen time was her like wrapping her own gum around her own tongue
And being half naked.
Yeah, she did. I mean, naked.
Yeah.
She got full naked at the end. She was half naked at the beginning.
Yeah. I think that was one of the funnier powers was him stabbing a pool table to death and just walking and blood just spewing out of it for reasons unknown. I would have definitely loved if, because you remember, I don't know, you see in the movie Spawn.
Yeah,
or at least a cartoon show or read the comics or whatever. Like, you love the way that like Spawn dies and you see him like talking basically to the devil in a sense, and then like he finds his way back into the mortal world. But you understand how he got back to the mortal world and he got the powers that he got.
They never
explained how he got here. They just like, all right, here you got powers.
Crack, he died.
That's it.
20 years later, now he's coming back.
Like it would have been cooler if they at least showed Bones like, hey, before I go out,
I got these powers.
I gotta do something. And they're like, all right, we're gonna bestow you with these powers.
Yeah,
even what was that show I saw in the summer and I love it so much? Hit Monkey. He does the same thing. The guy's in hell. And then he's like, yeah, let me make a deal so I come back. And they gave him a deal.
Television show. They got time to explain how that shit works.
I mean, you're right, but
they should have taken the
he
time.
was kind of a little
dude.
time.
Spawn gave us 5 minutes. Yeah.
They could have a saying like, let me pray. And then he prays, and then now he has the powers in the future.
Yeah, Spawn at least had 5 minutes to make you realize, like, he got this deal, and then he got tricked out of the deal. But then you're like, but then again, that was the whole point. Like, he was supposed to be mad at Satan, all right. But I'm just saying, Bones, show me where he got these powers from. He just turned around and was just like, hey, listen, man, I could do what I want.
If there was a devil, would it made the powers make any more sense? Because he had all the powers.
He had all the powers.
The devil was giving people all, because Spawn didn't get all the powers.
That's true.
He could, like...
he had a cool cape. He could shoot energy blasts. He was basically immortal. And chains. That's it. That's really it. He couldn't fly.
There's a moment where like a mirror smashes and he's able to turn all the mirrors shards.
Oh, yeah.
And control them.
Oh, yeah. That's an easy power. Jim Gray has that. Yeah. My thing, I like he's a dog, but he's like a shitty Castlevania dog. But he turned into a rat for no reason. I'm like, why you turn into a rat?
He did turn into a rat for no reason. There's a moment where they see the dog at the beginning, and the dog's running away, and the dog kind of becomes half a rat.
And those two assholes and everything was weird. It was like, why'd you go into a house and you just saw a dog turn into a rat?
And then they adopt the fucking rat dog.
Then the dumb white bitch adopts the shitty Castlevania dog.
I think what I learned
survived.
And she saw the red eyes, which I like that effect.
And she survived the whole thing.
White girls love them dogs, bro. Maybe that was the whole point of her.
She definitely kissed that dog in the mouth.
That's why she couldn't be black. The black, she was like, I'm not taking it.
I think that's amazing that this was a black horror film with 2 white women and only one of them survived.
But the 2 white dudes got bumped off early, y'all.
That's true.
Immediately.
But I'm just saying.
The first scene is two frat white dudes showing up getting murdered.
You would think
also,
that
they got set up on some fuck shit.
They did get set up.
Yeah. They set him up
You
on
would
some
think
fuck
that a
shit.
black dude at least would survive, and then even when he survives, he still died.
Yeah.
But then again, he only got maggot shot at him.
Yeah.
I probably would have been like, I'll be
Yeah.
alright. That just happened to me like 10 minutes ago. I'll
I
be
ate
fine.
a lot of maggots.
Yeah.
What is the race? The dude who did get murdered, like the funny guy, the guy who was like, they said you're not black.
I think he might have been like Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
Puerto
probably like
Rican.
Spanish. Yeah.
He was like kind
He
of
did go into
Hispanic.
like a
Yeah.
Spanish rant talking about
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can put all the cultures into this. Maybe that turned out to be the dog. She shaped it into a woman. Damn, they pull a Revenge of the Fallen.
I told you. I told you.
Yeah.
Shit didn't make no sense.
No, it didn't.
I did like that it was a horror movie.
No, they explained it because the dog, they kept feeding the dog and they were trying to warn her, don't feed that dog. He's going to keep getting more powers. So
That's
the more
true.
they fed the dog, she was feeding that dog good, like raw.
He
like
was eating
meat.
steak. They fed the
Steak.
dog steak.
Not even cooked steak, just a steak.
Raw
poison.
steak.
Yeah.
What was you about to say? Or do you remember?
I'll make any dog crazy.
The big thing that struck me is that it's a black horror film and the white dudes die first.
yeah.
That's the first thing they do. They immediately murder the white people.
Oh,
Go ahead,
yeah.
that's
They
cool.
knock off the college.
That's
early.
fair. Yeah.
You know why? I gotta. Okay, I see what your point is because most of our horror films, there isn't. I don't think there's any white people in it like that.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, or at least main character wise.
Yeah.
So, or anyone with speaking roles.
Yeah.
So,
You don't
it's
have
like
any white dudes to murder.
yeah, it's just like there's nobody to murder, but the black people. I mean, Tales from the Hood, but the stories were based around like us getting revenge on a white guy.
That's fun.
But movie like Bones is like,
They did not advertise it.
outside of one guy who deserved to die, everybody else was just like, just in the way.
Yeah.
It was just like, you're just in the way, dude. Just move.
While we're talking about the white daughter,
Okay.
the white sister, sorry.
It's
so
okay.
she's in the first half of the movie. She's a pretty important character in the first half of the movie. She kind of disappears. And in the first half of the movie, she's dressed in what 2001 white people would think was streetwear. I think she had like goggles on her head or something. She
Yeah,
didn't have goggles, but like kind of that vibe is what her vibe was. And then we meet her at her home later on, and they're like, "Hey, hang back, you're good, hang back." And she's just dressed like a regular old white girl.
Looking like a regular Miley
Changed
Cyrus.
up quick.
Immediately, she's like, "I'm back
quick.
in the suburbs.
Yeah, listen.
Let me put on a tank top, a
She
cardi."
ain't black. That's the stepsister.
It's the stepsister, yeah.
Gotta be the stepsister.
I like to believe
There's no way this white girl, this little white girl is like the daughter of Clinton Powell. Like, I'm not buying it.
I think they imply she's the stepsister.
Okay, all right.
Maybe implies.
I like to believe there's like a deleted
I think her
scene.
skin color is the implication enough for me.
Well, I think she's the daughter of the white mom. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah,
the black dad shows up.
Yeah.
Who is
Because he
kind of a
did say
dick.
his mother died and they had to move out.
Sure. Did they?
He did at the very beginning when we first talking to him.
Oh.
That's why he wasn't in the hood. That's why he's like, yo, I'm trying to help out yo. I was like, no,
Okay.
don't go back there.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I killed the guy.
That's my big thing I think I take away from this movie is it could have been like I understand there's a lot of like
Could have been better.
it could have been better, but when you say it could have been better, like if a bad movie just sucks. If it's not saying anything, you can't build on that. There's no bones to build on.
Ah.
Got
This
it.
movie, I think, has good bones.
It
All
does. It
parts
does.
aside.
It does.
It's
It
really
does.
about like opportunistic black people taking advantage of the crack epidemic, and the spirit of 1970s Black America dying and re-rising in 2001 and taking vengeance on all these members of the community who profited.
I hear what you're saying, but they ain't have enough scenes for that.
I'm really like filling in a lot of backstory on Bones.
Yeah.
Nah, you good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a movie about gentrification. It's a movie about the crack epidemic.
Yeah.
And they have the stuff there. They have all the pieces.
I think it had one piece there when you saw it.
It was Snoop Dogg and the
Just
dog.
the one.
Literally that scene where he introduced the cracker. We didn't know why he killed him to begin with. We don't find out why he died until
Way later.
basically the beginning of the
pretty
third
much.
act.
Yeah, third act. That's when they're like, "Hey, you want to know what happened?" And you were like, "Well,
Sure.
we did, but
Yeah.
Now you're Bones.
Like you
Yeah.
knew what happened, you deduced it, but oh, this is why it happened.
right.
Kind of too late to start introducing messages.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Once you show me maggots, I'm not trying to hear a message.
Yeah, as I was saying,
It's too late.
I wanted a scene which alluded back to what you said earlier, where the white girl, like, they show her going home, and she has her black urban clothes on, and she's like, yo, I knew I should. This is why mom told me I should have never. Like they show her switching, and they show the process of her switching back. Like, you know what? It's okay. I know my real name. It's Karen or whatever. And then she's just like switching clothes and shit.
You don't even need that many more scenes. You get like 2 or 3 more scenes like that, and suddenly you've made a movie about a thing.
Yeah.
Currently, this is a movie about Snoop Dogg wanting to be a horror villain.
Yeah.
I respect you trying to make it more than it is.
He tried.
That's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what it is. He tried, and it just didn't go as well. I mean, being a cult classic is cool in certain ways, but there's certain, like, for example, like Coming to America didn't do well in the box office and became cult classic. Yeah, it didn't do well initially, and then became a cult classic, and then that's what spawned it being like simultaneously
one of the biggest comics
syndicated. You would think, right? But that was during a time when people wasn't really watching his movie. I don't know, it was weird.
I mean, back then you could put if you put a movie into the occasion picks up, the commercials would pay for it. And
Like there's a good amount of movies that were like they didn't really do.
Always on TV.
Yeah, they didn't do good in the theaters, but then when they came on like cable or DVD sales, just skyrocketed. This was not one of those movies. This was a movie that was like I think people just liked it.
It came on a little bit, but then I don't think I really saw it.
What was that movie? The one that everybody laughed at, and then they made a biopic about it.
The Room?
There you go, my man. The Room, yes.
That's white, I know it. So is this Black The Room?
No,
there's worse than this. Okay. Trust us, we've seen worse.
I believe.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah. Go ahead.
My big thing is like, I've watched a lot of terrible movies. I've watched The Room. I've watched like bad movies before. I don't think my time was wasted. I was always engaged. Like, this is one of those movies I could see if it came on and I knew what it was and it was on cable and I was like making dinner. Yeah. I'd like leave it on the TV and kind of like
I want to see this scene.
Yeah.
I want to see this man get eaten by a wall of dudes.
100%. So I don't like not wasting my time. I think it's a big feat. I've watched like a lot of like Oscar nominated movies that I was like, this is a waste of time.
Yeah,
that's true.
Oscar bait.
That's true.
This filled time.
It did fill time. Yeah. This is some shit that like if we weren't doing this as a podcast, you throw on and you're like cleaning the house or some shit.
100%.
You know what I mean? You turn around and go, oh my God, what the fuck? Yeah. But then at some point you're like, wait. And he just sits back down real quick like, how does any of this work?
It's also like if I'm ever at a party for the rest of my life and this movie comes on, I'm going to stop everybody else and make them watch this movie. Because it's Bones. It's Bones. You haven't seen Bones, and I'll be an asshole. You haven't seen Bones?
You haven't seen Bones?
You never seen. Oh,
stop what you're doing and go over there.
We gotta watch some Bones.
Oh,
this is the maggot scene. Man. This is the scene where maggots show up for no reason.
Gets the DJ to stop playing music. This guy right here wants me to play.
That's also that bugged me. So they're doing competing DJ sets at the same time, and one of the DJs to go get fucked by Snoop Dogg, the dog, / the hot girl.
Yeah.
And no, he's not Snoop Dogg yet because he's still the skeleton.
Yeah, he's still a skeleton.
He's not really him.
Yeah, so he's
like
dog.
A familiar.
So it's familiar, I guess. Brat dog turns into a hot lady and tricks the Hispanic guy, and this is how the Hispanic guy dies. It goes up, but like it's 2 DJs in the same small space, and he's like, "Hey man, can you cover me?" I'm like, I don't know why 2 DJs were here in the first place.
They switch out at the night.
Yeah, but like they were both playing at the start of the scene, and it's like, what's the point of 2 DJs kind of competitively playing?
Yeah, for that one to be like, cover me while I go on break.
He said do a solo, and I was like, I don't even know what that is.
They're in the hunt. They walked into a house that they bought on a cheap. And they saw a human jaw and they still decided to put a club in. They're not very smart.
They never explained this. The dad... Sorry, I'm yelling right now.
No.
That was a jaw from the 2 white dudes that died earlier.
That I get. The dad... They step over a jaw when they first move in and they just ignore it, which is the least realistic part of the film. Is that
I'm out.
3 black dudes are just like, oh, a jaw?
It could be a cat. He in denial. Like, you know goddamn well ain't no cat fang there, bro.
With molars. There's a cat with molars.
That's like your mouth, bro. Stop it. Stop lying.
So that uppity is a strong word, choice. But the dad who like enriched himself with all the money, who's like, we're going to move to the suburbs. I get that guy. But he owned the house.
Yeah.
And then the kids ended up buying the house. And they were like, you sold it. He's like, I didn't sell it. Who sold the fucking house to them?
Yeah, you have to explain that.
Who sold the house?
Bones. Simple.
I love that.
Simple. I like
this. There's a scene of the dog fucking up the paperwork.
Or like Snoop Dogg is like, just sign here.
Because why you think
shipping to a real estate agent?
Why you think the homie's dad got really upset and was like, give the house back?
I know I got upset, but they never explained. They never really explained like, well, how did they get?
Who sold the house?
Same way they didn't explain how Bones got all them powers. You see what I'm saying? It's just like, fuck it. That's it. Like, just do it. You know what I mean? Like, just do it.
I mean, one of his powers is getting a perm because they definitely, when he dies, he has braids. He goes from he dies in braids, and then when he's brought,
I thought he just had straight hair.
He didn't have straight, like, because he didn't have the perm.
No, he didn't have the perm. You're right about that. No, he's right. He didn't have the curls or nothing like that.
He might have had an afro. I wasn't paying attention to his hair other than it was like a natural hairstyle.
Yeah, it was like a naturally down, and then when the minute he came back to life, you're right.
Full-on perm.
His hair was done so well.
He's a fucking ghost.
I don't mean his hair gotta be nice.
He's not here. That's him. It's not thing.
So that's the hair he chooses, is what you're saying. That's the hair he wants.
So if that's the case, why was his clothes so clean?
You watch this man throw a fucking dagger at people.
But that's what we saying. Why was his clothes? His clothes was clean.
He had the hair of like a black meteorologist.
He was naked.
He had
the full clothes on himself.
But that's what I'm saying. When he died, he had a bathrobe. He had his robe on.
Yeah, he had to do wardrobe because his old fit was whack. He got to update himself.
But who's giving him the clothes?
Dude, he materialized his own clothes. Like, this is why I want to look.
How are you justifying this?
Because he got superpowers. What do you mean how to justify it? He can do anything. Literally anything, bro. You watch this man like puppeteer people's decapitated heads.
The decapitated head is the part.
Yeah.
That really is going to stick with me for, like, why did they just have carrying
Dude changed Pangrea's hair and all kinds of stupid shit.
He did.
Yeah.
Immediately. Like, snap his fingers.
He put that dirty ass dress on and made that shit clean immediately. Like, what are you talking
He has laundry powder. He does have laundry powder.
That was a hallucination because then remember she realized
she's in
regular clothes. Yeah. That was a hallucination.
Excuse me, plot hole.
Because for some weird reason, the minute... So the kid whose dad was in the land of the dead.
So maybe that's the hallucination powers. That's just what we see. That's what he wants us to see.
That's what I'm saying.
He wants to see him looking clean. He's probably just really just naked. He's probably just a fucking skeleton, like a ghost rider. But we don't see that because he's hypnotizing.
He's using his hypnotizing powers.
Yeah.
He hypnotized the whole audience into buying the movie.
Yeah, they hypnotized me.
So I
saw it on TV.
I have a film minor, and I interacted with film majors when I was in college, and they always had to make their first film, and there was always this stereotype when they would like put a camera in a trash can, and then someone would like open the trash can and the camera. Everything had a perspective. Every like angle would be weird. Every color shot would be different.
I get that.
This is what that movie was. It was that the entire movie. It was just like, oh, it's purple now for a second.
It's purple now. Let's go.
Oh shit, it's upside down. Why is it? Okay, it's fine. That's part of what we're doing. We're just doing the. It was every single other shot was just like, oh, cool. Like, why is this angled? Just to look weird.
Man, he was trying to do something.
He was doing something. He was trying every shot.
Every chance he got. I love it.
Dutch angles, let's do it all. Fuck it.
Oh my god.
Why angle?
You know what's messed up? I'm going to make my wife watch this movie.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to go home and be like...
It's only right. I do the same thing with my girlfriend. I'll be like, you want to see the hood films we be talking about? She'll be like, God damn. It's terrible.
Why y'all subject y'all woman to this?
It's fine.
Because it's fun.
All right.
What else am I going to do?
Yeah, you chilling. Sometimes you just be chilling. And you be like, yo, throw something on.
Throw some bones.
Yeah, throw some bones.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you'll see one day.
I'm just saying, I will tell her, you sure? I'm watching bullshit.
Oh, well, that's how you want to lead her in. Yeah, that's how you want to lead her in, and that's on you. Have you ever heard or are you familiar with the phrase, whose man's is this?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Saving us the time. I appreciate that.
He's been here long enough.
Been here long enough. So,
come get your man's. Come on.
There you go. Yeah, my guy. Perfect. Is there a character in this movie that you gotta look at and say that to? Come get your man's. Whose man's is this?
I think the movie has one. Mm-hmm. I think the Hispanic dude, if he's Hispanic.
Okay.
Because the movie is saying, whose man is this? They're clowning him the entire time. They're like, why are you being so stupid?
Right.
You can't get this girl. Mm-hmm. They are making fun of him the entire time.
Yeah.
So the movie's saying that.
He's a comic relief, kind of. Not something
though. For me, there's a white racist cop.
Yeah.
Who I don't get is like, he is the villain, I guess. Like he's the one who's like we all need our fingerprints on Snoop Dogg's.
Yeah, he's right. But he's like bringing like a weird energy the entire time, and even young him is like, why is this racist cop hanging out with 3 black dudes? True.
They need someone corrupt.
Whose man's is this?
Yeah,
I like that.
Who brought him to the party to begin with?
I mean, the white sister is definitely, but she's just there for only part of it, so I can't. For that. Do you guys have one? You guys like?
Shit.
Oh yeah, we usually all do one. Yeah. We ask you first, and then Uni goes. No, you ask you first, and then Uni goes. So
I might have to go with Pam Grier's daughter.
Yeah?
She done got warned 3 different times not to go to that fucking house.
That's true.
Every fucking time
she goes back.
She went to the freaking house.
But what if Snoop had already possessed her? Maybe that's why she's going back. They both said no.
She would have got ghost raped.
Yeah, she got for no reason. The other thing is she kept going like, "Oh, my mom."
Hey, you went back after you got ghost raped? I'm moving.
She did come back.
I'm moving. Like, yeah, we gotta move, Mom. You're right. You went back? Stop going back.
There's a moment where she was talking to the guy she's trying to hook up with, and she's like, "My mom warned me against you."
Yeah.
She didn't warn you against him.
Right.
She said, "Don't go to that fucking house."
Yeah.
The mom was cool with the kid. Like, listen, you can fuck him in the Motel 6. Yeah. I don't care.
You can date him
Don't
wherever.
go to the house.
Don't go to
the house.
Don't go to the house.
Yeah, that's true.
Come over here.
That's true.
You can fuck him here.
She was
just
trying
don't
to
go
get
to the
her
house.
bones jumped.
Yeah, she wanted to get her bones jumped. Yep.
She really wanted to.
They rolled her pretty bad.
Yeah, she did. No, you're right, bro.
Why are you so stupid, girl? You a dumb. It's not even about the dick, because you can get dick anywhere else.
Yeah.
At another location.
That's the confusing part. She goes, she wants to fuck the dude.
Right.
Well, I don't know what we want to call this dude. That dude.
The main character.
Patrick.
Oh, that's the whitest name for that dude. She's trying to fuck Patrick.
The man traumatized, like, I want these kids to be as far black as possible.
So she's trying to fuck Patrick. Full court press trying to fuck Patrick. And then they're like making out and then gonna like start something. She's like, I can't do that. And then she goes, I should explain. He goes, no, it's totally fine. I'm like, all right, well, let her explain. Like, And then she's like biting her lip trying to fuck him still. And he's like, okay. And then Patrick leaves and she lives 2 blocks away, but she's like sleeping in Patrick's bed. I'm like, she's trying to fuck Patrick. Like, I was mad at Patrick. I was like, don't like pressure her. But
I wasn't, because like, nah, that chick is crazy.
But be like, are you sure? Just like double check, because she wants you to ask, are you sure?
Yeah, I guess.
But she went like, maybe we shouldn't. He like backs off immediately.
But even then, when he got in the bed and he thought it was him, she was like, all right, you gotta stop.
No, she did. She did say no. Like, she did a very firm no.
Yeah.
And then got ghost raped by her Snoop dad.
Yeah.
God.
Maybe it was a dog at that point. I'm trying to justify it. There's no justification. There's
an entire moment. We haven't even talked about, like, the ghost goes across the ceiling for a lot of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And they drop it completely, but like the ghost would just show up and kind of like be a creepy shadow on the ceiling.
Yeah.
And then if you shine the flashlight at him, he goes away in the beginning. But they don't do that ever again.
I think he was trying to spare them.
Maybe.
He never really went after the kid. He did, no.
No, he murdered.
He ate him because he took the ring.
Yeah.
He took the ring. That's what got him. That's what fucked him.
He didn't really fully care about the kid.
He didn't fully care about the kids.
He didn't try to kill his daughter. He didn't try to kill Patrick.
Well, he took over his daughter. He put like the maggots in her mouth at the end.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
He killed
You're right. He didn't like he killed the 2 white guys.
He killed the 2 white guys.
Yeah.
He killed the 2 random black people that stepped to him in the hood, and he left blood imprints on their wall.
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
Well, they work for his ops. So fuck.
Oh yeah, that's true. Then,
you know, talking shit.
So he killed 2 guys in the crew.
Yeah.
He killed the one DJ that took his ring for like who's an idiot.
Yeah.
And then he killed the other guy who I want to say is one of the people I want to put on my come get your man's list because I think his name was Bill, and he was walking they were in the land of the dead. He already should have sensed at that point.
I forgot about this dude.
He already should have sensed at that point. Trouble is afoot. He saw his friend who I guess nobody told Bill, hey, that guy's dead. So he sees his friend and he's like, hey, he's over here. And follows him and keeps following him. And his friend eventually goes into like a dark area and he still follows him. At that point, when he gets to a dark area, there's something in your mind should have been like, let me go get my friends and see if, like,
look at some back.
Because then he could have went back to his friends and been like, yo, I just saw. Yeah.
I forgot he was in the movie.
He could have went back to his friends and been like, yo, I just saw Homeboy, and they're like, oh, he's dead.
He's the pointless character.
He really is like he's
cut him out totally. You wouldn't have to change the thing.
Wouldn't have to change the thing. He just randomly died because he felt like being stupid. The white girl got the
dog in there. She had a point. I mean, that was stupid. She did that, but
there was a little like will they won't they, like competition between the Hispanic guy and that guy who died for the white sister.
I think they just dropped it.
And then it kind of just dropped it.
Like, yeah, no, we ain't got time. Never
it's fine. White girl stay home with her white mom.
Yeah.
But I will also agree with you that the cop definitely is a come get your mans, because I always say there's a lot of bad cops in hood movies, no matter what color they are.
I wasn't mad about the portrayal of the police.
I wasn't mad about the portrayal. What I was mad at is that in a lot of movies that I've seen about cops in the 80s, the 70s, or even, earlier, even 90s cops, they're 100% racist, right? So there are a few cops that are like, okay, I'm, not racist, I'm an ally, cool. Yeah. But this cop was a crooked cop. Yeah. And he got sliced by Snoop Dogg and he got shot. So off the rip, we already know from those period pieces that if he had to call it in, all he had to say was, yeah, these colored folk attacked me, so I shot him.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna ask what you did to begin with. It's too messy.
It was man, they ain't have to ask that. He could have been like, yo, I was minding my own business and I saw some of them, boss, I don't know what happened.
And he walked all the way up the stairs? I mean, I guess you're right, but I feel like
he could have. There's a lot of, obviously they could have wrote it better, but there was a lot of ways they could have spin it where he was like not the aggressor, because he shot, and then also he shot Bones a bunch of times and then turned around and looked at them and was like, hey, this blood's on your hands now too. You gotta stab him.
You're like,
I was like, and I was like,
and Snoop stayed alive for a long time.
That's what I was trying to say. Like, how is he not dead already?
Yeah, that scene was awful.
He got stabbed
really bad.
4 times by his friends, and then at the last one, he just goes, fuck it, and tells his girl, like, I'll take the stab. Yeah. You don't got to stab me, which is how she didn't get really attacked.
Oh, I missed that. He took the stab.
So in the last one, she didn't want to do it, so she kept, like, she just stood there, like, scared, and then he just jumps into it. Like, he just brings himself to it, and then he's dead. And I'm like, how many stabs did it, like, it conveniently was her stab that, like, took him out. Listen, but he got shot up several times.
The whole thing is stupid.
He did get shot a lot.
He got shot a lot.
It was that crack strength. He had just smoked crack. That's what kept him alive.
I don't know. He got shot a lot.
He got shot a lot.
Because he got
like 3 different people shooting him.
Also, in his highness, because this was the first time he smoked crack ever. He had the ability to perfectly.
He basically said,
he was like, I don't do that at all. And he had the ability to perfectly bring out the switchblade and slice a guy. Right in the exact. And he sliced the guy on his arm. How is he still able to shoot? The arm that had the gun. How is this cop still able to shoot?
He should have went for the face.
He is. I don't get it.
I mean, that's Snoop Dogg's face. You don't want to put makeup on it. That's Snoop expensive. He's the advertisement.
Yeah. Also, his henchman is getting a nod for me too, and I'm gonna stop it there. But his henchman is getting a nod because in that same vein, he called him Shav. Oh, we gotta bring that up. So when his henchman, when he slices the cop, they don't shoot him yet, and then they do shoot him. Now, the henchman had more than enough time within the shots to run back and get his gun and shoot at least one of them, and doesn't, just stands there just not knowing what to do. Yeah. And then they're like, all right, well, you had your chance. Now you got to come over here and kill him. But he had more than enough time to go grab a gun and shoot at least a cop.
Yeah.
At least.
He needed another henchman.
Yeah, he needed. The fact that you're one of the most powerful gangsters or pimps in the neighborhood and you only had one henchman is crazy.
They only imply he's a pimp. They never show him pimping people. They just but it's like it's Snoop Dogg.
Yeah,
it's like the energy he's bringing.
I rap about pimping all the time. Yeah.
They don't ever really say what he does.
They just knew he wasn't a drug dealer.
He's a gangster who's not into drugs. He doesn't play that, homie.
Maybe he was
Where was he getting his money from? That's true. Yeah.
He could have been selling weed.
Could he?
Maybe.
Maybe.
He had a pipe.
They never really explained what his occupation was.
Yeah, he was just a guy that they really needed his approval to run through. So while we're on the white cop, as a white dude, anytime I see a white dude say the N-word in a movie, I'm always in my head, like, I put myself in that actor's shoes. I'm just, like, imagining the audition, you know what I mean? It was like, dude, how is he going to do this? He said the N-word mad smooth and racist. Like, he said the really racist one, he, like, it floated out. And I think I spotted it because the movie had a lot of cursing in it. Mm-hmm. We were watching with subtitles, and the N-word is the only word that they
they bleeped out.
They bleeped out the word, and so I noticed when the white dude said it, immediately, but he said it really aggressively, out of nowhere, and then never again.
That's true. When he killed him,
yeah, it's like the F word in PG-13. You can only say
you get one white dude and one
white dude saying it.
And I was like, all right. And I'm like, I'm used to like.
They haven't done that in a while. I haven't seen a movie. They don't really do that.
I mean, Django.
Yeah, Django.
I think Django killed it.
I think
after Django was like, all right, we're done with that.
Okay, according to the synopsis, he's a numbers runner.
Oh, he's some of the lottery.
Yeah, he was a numbers runner.
Some of the lottery.
And he was really, and then he became the neighborhood protector. Yeah, he became the neighborhood protector. And then after he got killed by a drug pusher, Eddie Mack, and cop just says Lupovich, the neighborhood that he protected became bad, which is one of the reasons why he wanted to get his revenge. And then the icing on the cake was the children deciding to turn his beloved protector house into a club.
A gentrification club.
Yeah, and then he's the one that helped burn it down by, for some weird reason, doing, well, from me and Uni's love of anime, my man did a fireball jutsu in his basement, his own basement. He just blows fire all over the basement, then walks up the stairs slowly while fire is...
To look very cool.
Yeah, to look cool.
Snoop Dogg did look like he was in a music video when it was happening.
And
not a good one either.
And that was the crazy part, because he did make his basement explode, and it showed mad kids flying in the air, and they all survived.
I don't think they all survived. I don't think some died.
See one of them fall and get back up. They was like, oh shit. They got up. Like, yo, what was that?
Yeah, that was like a crazy explosion.
It's party wild.
The movie didn't... As an audience member, I can't describe the movie. I can't speak to the movie. I can only speak to what I perceived. The movie did not tell me who the bad guy was, ever.
The traitors.
The traitors, but like, it's a twist, but the twist happens really late in the movie. That like all the adults in the movie you've met so far deserve to die, I guess.
I feel like they're playing it a little hints with the flashback.
I like the hints, fine. But like, is the dog the bad guy? Is the house the bad guy? Or is the skeleton the bad guy? And they kind of go through all three.
You're right, my man.
I feel like they're all the same thing, though.
But the house blows up and the dog stops showing up.
Because he didn't need a dog no more. He
didn't need the dog.
The dog was eating meat to get the power so he could eventually transfer into a skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
I also learned watching dogs eat in close-up is really disgusting.
Yeah, and it was so long, too.
It was a lot of like...
God damn,
yeah, they didn't need all of that. Yeah, that's true. They did a lot just to show Bones getting resurrected.
Yeah, if you're one of those people who can't deal with like human beings like chewing near you, don't watch this movie because you watch a dog eat for, I think, total about 2 minutes. Of just a dog close up. Yeah. Like in various scenes together.
Yeah. There was a scene that that you had to ask like why he called him that or whatever, or you noticed it where the corrupt cop Lupovich says to Bones' henchman, when he's telling him to stab him, he's like, "It's your turn, Shaft." And you were like, "Why did he call him Shaft?" I think, or something like that. So we had found out that he was referring, even though this was 1979.
This is a flashback scene.
Yeah. This was a flashback scene to 79, mind you, people. This guy has a bald head.
Yeah.
And he had the black sweater on and the silky threads or whatever. And he called him Shaft, but he looked like the Samuel L. Jackson Shaft. Now, Bones came out in 2001. Samuel L. Jackson's first Shaft movie came out in the year 2000, a year prior. And the Shaft of Richard Roundtree, who was never bald,
the original Shaft,
was all in the 70s.
Yeah.
Which means they were trying to make a fun little nod to a movie that just recently came out.
To a reboot.
To a reboot. Yeah, to a reboot. Not even
you know he's had no rewrites.
Yeah, which you later find out is it's not even that much of a reboot. It's just a time skip sequel.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, because remember they make John Shaft, and you find out that
it's his son.
Richard Roundtree Shaft is Samuel Jackson's son. I mean, father. Sorry.
That makes sense.
And then Samuel Jackson has a son, and then that movie was just bad.
Forgot
But anyway,
about that.
yeah, you find out later these are all time skip sequels, and they're all weird, just named John Shaft. So anyway, so yeah, shame on you, Bones, because you didn't have to make that joke. There was no need, because you're supposed to be telling us that this was 1979 and this cop is just calling every black person he sees Shaft.
That'd be fine.
It would be, but it's also very racist.
Sure.
You couldn't have called him Isaac Hayes?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't call them all Shaft. I think if he had called two other guys Shaft, the joke would have really landed for me.
Yeah.
If he said
but
all
he didn't,
black
though.
people look like Shaft,
Yeah.
that's kind of hilarious.
That kind of
Yeah, that's not.
But he
that's
said
not
that, and then there was also the scene where Snoop pulled up on the ops on the turf, and they said he was Shaft too.
There was another Shaft.
Yeah, it was another Shaft joke.
Shaft
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what the connection is.
The Shaft line.
That's what I'm trying to understand what the connection is, because I'm like, why did we keep calling him Shaft? There has to be, bro. I wish I looked it up. I'm so mad.
I feel like the movie. I know I've said this. There is a good. This movie could be remade today, and if like Jordan Peele was making it, it would win an Oscar.
I don't know about him.
I just think like
it would be good. It would be competent at least.
No, but I think he would play up the gentrification. He'd play up the crack epidemic. He'd play up white people taking control of drug use in the hood.
Is he making a ghost movie?
Probably. Well, no, he's making Goat. That's the one that's coming out next.
What?
So that's the one about. I think it's like Michael Jordan is.
Michael B. Jordan?
No, Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. Okay.
Is maybe a demon or something. I have not seen any trailers for this. I don't watch. If I'm gonna watch a movie, I try not to watch trailers. So I know I'm gonna watch that movie, so I'm not gonna watch.
So I just asked around person basically.
I'm so
no, you're good. I'll find out later.
Yeah, but I think there's something here. Like there's like.
No, there is.
There's a message they're trying to do. Like they force Snoop Dogg before they shoot him to smoke crack. They force him to smoke crack. It feels like a statement. And then they shoot him, and then they stab him a couple times.
That was weird.
And then, does he make the white cop smoke crack and then seal his mouth, or does he make the drug
that's
pusher?
the white guy. That's the white guy.
So he makes the white cop in the future when he's like wreaking havoc smoke crack like he was forced to do, and then seals his mouth like in the Matrix. They do a Matrix. They do a Neo in the Matrix where he has no mouth anymore. It really was just a hodgepodge of stuff they saw before.
Yeah.
They were really like, oh, this looks cool, so let's do this.
All right, we go finish it up with this is some funny goose I just found from IMDb.
Some goose.
Yeah, I know, right? Some goose. So it says here that in the jump rope rhyme, it says of Jimmy Bones that he has a switchblade loose and a diamond on his hand. The only knife Jimmy Bones is shown to carry is a butterfly knife, not a switchblade.
Such a nerd knife, dude.
Such a knife, yeah, that was a nerd knife joint.
Well, actually,
it
was butterfly.
Yeah. Another one is more
of a rhyme, asshole.
No, we're not going to do that one. This one, it says at the end, when Patrick is holding the picture of Pearl and Jimmy, he has long red painted fingernails. These are obviously not his hair.
That's right.
I love it.
Kind of whack.
So I know they're not the greatest goose, but like he said,
they're going to explain some shit.
These are more minor, like, hey, we made a mistake versus the rest of the actual film.
I feel like there's bigger mistakes.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. That's
like
what
the
Josh was saying.
Dead world that they went to out of the blue,
which looked like an inside of a vagina. I'm
glad you said it.
It looked like a colonoscopy footage.
A purple vagina?
Yeah, is where you went. My thing also about the poem. They call him Black as Night, and I'm not trying to be colorist, but Snoop Dogg is not Black as Night.
He's not.
They were going for a Candyman bullshit.
Yeah.
It should have just not even gone for it.
It should have been like a Nigerian dude with an actual switchblade and not a butterfly knife, which is obviously very different.
Then they would probably make him less sympathetic.
That's fine.
No, not a lot.
He'd be hardworking. He'd have 3 jobs. He couldn't murder anybody.
There wasn't a lot of Black as Night type people anyway. I mean, Clifton Powell, his boy, Bones' man's He was black, but his son was very light skinned.
Very
light.
So it was like, who
but
was
he had
his
a
mom?
he had a white sister, and then
that's what I was like. What's going on?
Maybe stepsister. It definitely has to be step because that wife and that daughter.
He was trying to get so far away from what he was doing.
Which track? I mean, like,
is that the way he was dressed? Sorry, cut you off. The way he was dressed definitely shows it because he looked very suburban.
Yeah, that all tracked for me. I was like, okay, black people in the hoods, in the suburbs, white.
And then he killed his best friend, so that much would make me want to run out of that lifestyle.
Yeah.
He still got fucked in the head.
Yeah, he did. He's R.I.P. that man. With remakes and reboots and all that stuff coming out, would you want to see this become like a sequel type vibe?
I do think if you're gonna do it, I didn't see I've seen the original Candyman.
Okay.
Which I think is fun. I think better than this. No, because Candyman's like it is the movie it's trying to be.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know what this movie's trying to be.
No, we know.
I think, as I said, I think Jordan Peele would make a really interesting version of this movie. Because it is about gentrification, ultimately. It's kind of like these people repossessing a house that was undesired in a bad neighborhood and trying to turn it into a nightclub. That's just Brooklyn. That's all that is. That's just what Brooklyn is.
If this is made today, they'll focus more on that. That was just like an excuse for them to be there.
Yeah, 100%. It was just a way to get them in.
That's really what it was. Like, what would they make here? Oh, they would make a nightclub.
I think they'd also...
Or just lean more into them being Scooby-Doo, like more...
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah.
It'd be silly.
They gotta pick... They didn't pick anything.
The other issue is that I think because Snoop Dogg is an EP of this movie, and also the villain, ostensibly, he's not... At no point are you meant to... Maybe at the end, you're not really meant to hate him.
No.
Or you're meant to fear him, but you're not meant to hate him. He's not a bad guy. Like, you understand why he's doing... Like, Freddy Krueger, I think, was a pedophile.
Yeah.
So, you hate that guy. This guy was, like, an honorable guy who's exacting revenge.
Mm-hmm.
So... It being him the villain doesn't make sense. So either you'd make him scarier, or you'd make him the hero.
They're not going for villain. It's like, we're gonna watch you get his comeuppance. He's gonna get his comeuppance.
He's gonna get.
You're gonna sit here and you're gonna have fun watching maggots get specked out of these people. But then it goes left because
there's so many maggots.
He's killing the kids now. It's like, oh, you don't need to be doing that.
Yeah.
Then it goes left and then he makes his face ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did get drunk with power.
Yeah, and how he made Pan Grier commit suicide. I don't like that either.
The only reason I don't want to see this get remade is I don't want to see all the people pretend that this first movie is like a classic. Because you know that would happen. You have like a dude who'd be like, oh my God, they're finally doing Bones.
Or you'd be like, don't touch it, it's a classic. Like,
it raped my childhood.
You
like
touch
that girl.
You can let it touch you.
I like...
Nothing sacred
They're
here.
finally doing Bones.
No one's thinking that.
You got a Jewish producer for Bones? Oh, God, I don't...
You see somebody like the Boreanaz one? No, not that one. What?
Yeah,
now you're selling me on the opposite side. I would love to just see a bunch of families saying, like, we're going to see Bones. We're going to see she's a fun crime writer and he's a detective, and now we're going to see their life together. And oh my God, why is Snoop Dogg murdering? Why is Martha Stewart's friend so angry?
Why you have so many powers?
Why you got so many powers? Is that maggots or rice?
They give him too many powers.
Oh my gosh. Yo, we could talk about this all day, but Josh, man, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for doing our Halloween edition with us.
Thank you for having me. This was a blast.
Knock this one out. I don't even know what.
Also got to mention he came through wearing Snoop Dogg shoes.
I'm wearing the Snoops.
He's wearing the Snoop sketches.
The Skechers Snoops.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Yes, sir.
He went from murder is the case to shoes with no lace.
Yay! We did not
I like
do
that.
on purpose
I like
either.
that. I like that.
Sick work.
That was sick work right there.
Disgusting.
That was a freestyle. That was not planned at all.
Off
the dome.
Too angry.
Too angry.
Yeah, a little bit.
You're an entertainer like us. If you could just tell these wonderful people where they can find you on the socials.
Follow me on Daws Josh on Instagram. I post comedy videos and food I cook for my wife. I should have brought some food here. I'm sorry.
It's Tuesday.
Check me out all over the city. I'm now introing myself at like a bad comedy club, but I'm a big fan of Oni.
That's good.
Dude, And now you.
Okay, it's all good. It's all good. I've been away. It's fine. I ain't even mad.
You trying out here.
We trying. That's all we can do. As always, folks, you catch us on all social media. And as you already know, because we have different names for different social media that we're on because of how social media is, we finally got a link tree, ladies and gentlemen. It was in our last episode, but just want to reiterate, you can see the link tree in the description below. I'm going to have his Instagram in the description below so you can follow him a lot easier if you didn't see the name that we're going to actually put on the screen here. Or if you're listening on the airwaves and Spotify, whatever. Check us out. Linktree is in the description. His link is going to be in the description. Follow us all on social media. But for now, that is another Halloween film in the books.
Ooh, spooky
Trust
season. Ooh.
Trust us, folks.
It got started early this year.
No, you're good. You're good. There is more on the way.
Yeah.
And the last episode we had to say goodbye to somebody, and unfortunately this episode we gotta say goodbye to John Amos, who was, for at least us in the black community, he was in a lot of films in Come to America. He was in a hit TV show Good Times. But for us hood film aficionados, me and Uni, he was in the Players Club. Mm-hmm. He was security guard. Well, no, he was the cop in the Players Club. And yeah, he's been in his fair share of movies, ladies and gentlemen, past and present. So he's been making it work. He's a legend in this industry, in the entertainment business. And unfortunately, we lost him at the age of 84. So our thoughts and prayers are to his family and his close friends. You will be missed, my brother. And we appreciate you for what you did. And we're glad we got to do at least one hood film with you in it. So, you have anything to say that? You're good.
I'm good, bro.
You're good. All right. So, we're going to catch you next time with another edition of Welcome to My Hood Films with your boy Marvin Lattimore.
Uni Francis.
Thanks for having me, Josh Daws.
And we are off this, people. Peace. Happy Halloween.